Hey there, Breakfast Clubbers. I am Crayle, one half of Phoenix Sisters Cosplay, and this is Back Issue Breakfast Club, part of the Back of the Cereal Box Network. This week we are drinking coffee in my basement and reviewing Terror Titans by Sean McKeever, Joe Bennett, and Jack Jedson. All right, for starters, I just want to say that this book is probably like teen and up rating wise. It's violent and there's some like mind control drug stuff that like maybe the younger kids don't need to be exposed to yet. But I'm really excited to dig in this week. If you've been watching anything I do on our network, you can see that Terror Titans with Rose Wilson, aka Ravager, is almost always front and center in my background here. I guess that would be back and center. Either way, I love Rose Wilson. I love Ravager. I love Terror Titans. Let's get into it. So, as far as the artwork goes, I have to tell you, since there's this sort of a fight club thing going on in this story, the fight scene panels are amazing. So much detail, so dynamic, so much movement. And as far as the color palette goes throughout this whole trade paperback, there's lots of like saturated color telling the story, right? Very pretty to look at. Very pretty. Moving on to the story and why you should actually read this novel is this super, super shady organization called the Dark Side Club is kidnapping young superheroes and metahumans and running a straight up gladiator ring. It is disgusting. Like, thumbs up, thumbs down, do they live or die? Selling the costumes of the vanquished and dead heroes at the concession stand. Like, seriously, barbaric, right? And so right away, some of our other young heroes, one of whom has even almost been nabbed, are like, we have to figure out how they're doing this. And another hero comes along and says, to figure out how, we need to figure out where they're even taking them. And so, cue getting a look from the backside of things inside the Dark Side Club, and our girl Ravager, Rose Wilson, is involved. Gasp! Right? So, a lot of her like mind control issues and stuff that come up with her dad, now she seems to be using these tactics on others. What is up with that? You have to read the comic book to find out. Overall, the stakes are so high because figuring out how metahumans are being controlled and manipulated. We're talking heroes who are fighting each other to the death. Something is not right. And that could be dangerous for society at large if the Dark Side Club decides to start selling whatever technology is doing this, like you find out in the novel, to others who would use this for more than just running the worst entertainment ring ever. Do the heroes figure it out? What's going on with Rose? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. You should absolutely read it. I'm trying so hard not to give everything away. Nothing is what it seems in this like dark circus of a novel, okay? All right. So, reading order wise, it helps to know a little bit about the Teen Titans or, Rose Wilson and her father, Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, before you dive into this. If you've seen the live action DC show Titans, like, and you liked that, you would probably like this, but it is not necessary for you to know every single bit of DC and Titans side character trivia. There are actually chapters in here that give you background information, especially on the more side characters, which is something I really love about a standalone novel because, I mean, DC is such a huge property. There's so much going on. Like, it's reassuring for them to be like, hey, we want you to enjoy this, even if you have things to do in your life other than reading comic books. Who would do that? Do something other than read comic books in their time. Theme wise, the biggest themes in this story are control and power. And it seems like Ravager, Rose Wilson, is an embodiment overall of the trope in superhero and supervillain stories that the more power you have, the more others want to control and use you. So, to borrow from Marvel, with great power comes great responsibility. And Ravager and this book, especially, are a pretty good study in how it's not just enough for metahumans to be super fast or super strong. They also need to be guarded and mentally disciplined. So that is Terror Titans. I highly recommend it. I love it. Have the art for it up here. And by the way, have you seen this amazing Phoenix Sisters cosplay logo sticker we have here? Always have it with me when I'm drinking coffee in my basement. We have the hottest merch, hottest, get it, flams, available on Redbubble. So it's redbubble.com/people/Phoenix Sisters. Get the hottest merch available. Phoenix Sisters. I'm Crayle Vanest, part of Phoenix Sisters Cosplay, part of the Back of the Cereal Box Network, and this has been Back Issue Breakfast Club.